Good morning, YouTube. What's up? So we're doing those Game 3 NBA playoff losers. The Nuggets, Grizzlies, Pistons. The Denver Nuggets just got exposed for what they don't do around Nikola Jokic. Yeah, he had a triple-double, 23, 13, and 13, but they just don't score enough. Jamal Murray did all right. He had 20-some points. I think Aaron Gordon did all right, but Michael Porter Jr., Russell Westbrook didn't really have a good game at all. They didn't really bring anything. Tyronn Lue was able to, scheme good defenses. Kawhi Leonard doing good, James Harden doing good, Zubox. When you get balanced scoring, that's the problem. This is the thing about the problem I have with Jokic. Yes, his triple doubles are nice and fine and dandy, but to get the others going, they don't score no points, and their defense falls back, and then they got blowed out. Tyronn Lue knows something about coaching defense, and they're just getting exposed. So that's a very impressive win for what the Clippers are doing. I do think this is one of them series that the team that comes out of this can go deep. It could be a problem. And I think Denver's going to have a problem. This series is not a good look for them. It's not a good look. And what Mike Malone was able to counter, they mask in certain things, but the problem is they don't have enough offense. They don't have enough firepower to go with Jokic. That's really the truth, because Jamal Murray is good, but the consistency, but they don't have the firepower ain't there. They never got the firepower out of Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon to complement that big line. They just don't dominate, and this is a problem. Because if you think about it, Jokic is 23 points and 13 dimes, right? When you do the math, 26 and 23, he accounted for 49 of their 83. That's 60+%, almost 70. They got to do way better than that. So that's not a good look for them. They're in trouble. As far as the Grizzlies, they had almost a 29-point lead. John Morant got hurt, and that changed the dynamics. And Shea had 31. They kept chipping away, and once he got hurt, it was a wrap. The problem with the Grizzlies, just like the Nuggets, they relying on sometime hero ball or stand by, and they don't get enough out of what they got, and they just getting exposed. And this was not going to be a good matchup for them. They're in over their head. The fact they made the playoffs, they're in, but they're not a legit team. When they were anywhere from 2 to 4, 5, 6 seed, they're not a good team. This is just not a good look for them. Yeah, they ended up playing, not a good look. That team needs a major overhaul. And, whether you unload Jar, which I think they got to have to, it's just too much of the same. And the way he got injured again, trying to tomahawk and do so much, you got to take what you have in front of you. He's always trying to tear the rim up, and sometimes you got to play within the context. You got to win that game. You at home, you have some momentum, and now you're down on 3-0. You're done. So not a smart move, not smart plays. And they basically, are showing their immaturity. Denver just shows lack of depth because immaturity with the Grizzlies. Then we get to the Pistons. It just comes down to Cat came up. Towns came up big time. He did what he didn't do in game 2, and it was enough for the Knicks to win. The problem with the Pistons, they're young, fundamentally young. Kate Cunningham is the truth, but you gotta. Even Tim Hardaway Jr. showed up, but Tobias Harris was his back to his old usual self. They don't have consistency. They need somebody that can score. They're a young team. They're very green, and this series could have been winnable. They're going to have their road work cut out for them. If they don't win game 4, the series is over. And they're going to look back and say, we could have probably won that series, but with lack of maturation, lack of depth, and lack of finish, and that's one of the things that just kind of caught up with them. So that was my take on those 3 games. You look at Denver, they don't have enough firepower to go with Jokic. You look at the Grizzlies, they're immature. They peaked 3 years ago, and it's not working with John Morant. It's not there. And then you look at the Pistons, they're just young and green, Give it a couple years and you get a couple pieces, you get somebody who can score and create, that could be a legit team. But they're not ready yet. So anyway, that's my thoughts and takes about the Game 3 losers and NBA postseason playoffs. Let me know your thoughts and your takes. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. Hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke. I'm out. Peace.